Hello everyone. So for those who don't yet know what's happening out here, let me provide a little background information. I'm sitting on the side of a mountain range in northern Nevada, what we call northern Nevada. This is Paiute territory. And the land that I'm looking out on here is imminently threatened by an open pit lithium mine, a proposed mining project that would destroy everything you can see in front of us here. This place is called Thacker Pass. And some people think that to stop global warming, to save the planet, we need to blow this place up. I think that's wrong. I think it's completely wrong. Lithium Americas Corporation is the company that plans to build a mine here. A $1.3 billion mine project that would sprawl across more than 17,000 acres of this landscape here. This is part of the sagebrush steppe, for those who've never been to this part of the world. This is an ecosystem or a natural community where the sagebrush is the keystone species. You see these dark, bushy areas out here. That's old growth sagebrush. Some of those sage plants are well over 100 years old. Lithium Americas plans to bulldoze it all. They plan to blow up an open pit mine 2 square miles in size, right in front of me here. They plan to build a sulfuric acid processing facility, which would function based on raw materials, sulfur, that comes from oil refineries. This mine would burn more than 10,000 gallons of diesel fuel per day. This mine would destroy some of the best remaining sage-grouse habitat left in the world. They're 97 to 99% gone, the sage-grouse. They only have a few holdouts left. Right up on top of this mountain behind me is one of the best sage-grouse habitats left in the world. Right on top of this hill. Less than half a mile from the boundary of the proposed open pit mine. Sage-grouse aren't going to stick around. Sage-grouse don't like loud noises. They don't like human construction. They don't like the pollution. They don't like the light. They're gone. If that mine comes in here, they're gone. The pronghorn antelope moved through here. This is a migration corridor for them. They're gone. They're not coming through here if this mine is built. This is golden eagle habitat. There are nests all around this area in the cliffs. We've seen them up here. We've seen them circling directly over the site of the proposed mine. We saw a mating flight the other day, 2 golden eagles mating. They're going to lay their egg in the spring, their eggs. And those chicks are going to hatch. And what are they going to have? What is their future going to look like? Are they going to have future generations? Golden eagles don't like human industrial activities. They're not happy when people are around making loud noises, building. They leave. They abandon that territory. They abandon that habitat. And habitat is life. Land is life. Not just for non-human animals. For us too. For us too. Land is life. This water will be poison. They plan to pump 1.4 billion gallons of water per year from this valley over here. The water in that valley, the aquifer, is already being overused. The stream, the river over there is dry. That's the Quinn River Valley. I've been here twice over the past 3 months, and I've spent weeks and weeks here during that time. The Quinn River has been completely dry the entire time. they're going to drop the water table even further. They already on the other side of the valley here, they drilled a test well and dropped the water table by 90 feet just from one single test well. There's a species of snail. It's called the spring snail. The Kings River perg. The Kings River is over in this valley on the other side. The Kings River perg, this spring snail, only lives in 14 natural artisanal springs that come out of the mountains in Thacker Pass and right around the corner here. 14, that's its entire home in the world. There's good likelihood that when Lithium Americas digs this massive open pit and starts pumping out all the water, that the groundwater levels will drop precipitously and these springs will dry out and this species will go extinct. I'm sitting here right now, we got snow melting. This isn't one of the springs that flows year round. This is just a seasonal drip here. Water's life. Out here in the desert, everywhere, water's life. And Lithium Americas claims that this project is green because they want to dig up lithium to use to make electric cars. You know, I looked it up the other day. The average electric car costs $55,600, okay? The average per capita income around the world per person is around $4,000, which means that the average person in the world, if they didn't eat or drink or pay rent or spend a single dime on medical care or anything else, could work for about 14 years and afford one electric car. This is not a necessity for life. Electric cars are a luxury. They're not important to our survival. Yes, we live in a car culture. Yes, we live in a culture where our cities, our communities, everything has been constructed around cultures, around cars. That needs to change. That needs to change. The answer is not to try and stop using fossil fuels by blowing up places like that. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. That is greenwashing bullshit from Lithium Americas and the bullshitters who support them. You know, and I start to get heated about this because, you know, I expect corporations to be destructive. I expect earth rapers to rape the fucking earth, right? I expect that. I don't like it, but I expect it. What I don't expect is for so-called environmentalists to support this bullshit. To come out here and say, yes, it's okay to blow up this mountainside. It's okay to drive the Kings River perg extinct. It's okay to kill this sage grouse habitat. It's okay to cut off the pronghorn migration route because I want a goddamn electric car. That is bullshit entitlement. That is a bullshit mentality. And that has no place in any movement that I care about. That has no place in any movement that says it cares about the living planet, that wants to stop the destruction of the world. And if you believe that electric cars are a solution, you need to learn a new fucking perspective, okay? We're not going to save the world by destroying it. We're not going to save the world by destroying it. We're going to save the world by fundamentally changing our relationship to it. And that means we stop doing things like this. Because this is just like mountaintop removal coal mining. This is just like the Gulf oil spill. This is just like the drilling in the deep water. This is just like the Arctic drilling. This is just like the Keystone XL and the tar sands. There's no difference between that and what's happening here. You have people with guns, people with bulldozers, people with governments and politicians and power and money. They raised $400 million in one day a couple weeks ago to blow up this mountainside. Because all of these people, thousands and thousands of people, said, you know what? I can make a buck off destroying this mountain. You know what? I can invest in that. I can put that in my pension plan. I can put that in my 401k. And I'm going to make some money off of blowing up this mountain and getting into this electric car bullshit. I have no patience for this anymore. And none of us should have any patience for it. We are late in the game. We are living through the 6th mass extinction event. The climate of our planet is changing. This is the only known habitable planet in the universe. And life on it is being wiped out by the dominant industrial paradigm that we live in, by this industrial extractive economy that runs the world, by these powerful individuals who force these changes on society and then make trillions of dollars worth of advertising to convince us all that we actually want it, that we actually want an electric car. But tell me you want an electric car if you ain't got clean water to drink. Tell me you want an electric car if you ain't got enough food on your plate because the ecology around you has been completely destroyed. Tell me you want an electric car if your entire community has been systematically degraded and your land has been stolen, and now they want to come and blow up your mountain and take the lithium too. This is some bullshit out here. So we've been out here. Today is day 19 of our occupation of this site. We've been communicating with the BLM. They have threatened us with fines for impacting the land on the site of an open pit mine that they plan to destroy, that they're permitting the corporation to destroy, because the BLM's in the mining company's pocket. You know, the public process is broken here. So we're here 19 days in the storms, in the wind, 50-mile-an-hour winds. We got a foot of snow dumped on us. We had equipment failures. We got stuff breaking down. But we're out here in the sun, in the cold, single-digit temperatures, in the mud, trying to do this work, trying to protect this place, because some motherfuckers are going to say that this shit is green and get $400 million in one day to blow up this place, right? And meanwhile, we got 4 people out here holding down this camp, trying to defend it. 4 people. 4 people. Okay? That's some bullshit. We are not going to save the planet from our couches by clicking like on this video, right? We need to get out on the land. We need to stop them. There is a war being waged on the natural world. There is a war being waged on your children, your grandchildren's future. There is a war being waged on these springs and this mountainside right here. And we need warriors to step up and be a part of this fight. There's no time to stand on the sidelines. There's no time to say, you know what? I don't really feel like it this week. That sounds uncomfortable. Yes, it is uncomfortable. It is very uncomfortable at times. You know, that's not to say it's all shit out here. We're having a good time now and then too. You know, we're laughing. We're being human. We're not just out here on the grind 24/7. But we've been working 12, 13, 14-hour days for 18 days straight to protect this place. And like I said, there are 4 of us here right now. So this is a call out to everyone who's watching, that we need you all to step up. This place will not be defended successfully by 4 of us. It won't work. It's not going to happen. We're not going to win. This place will be blown up unless we get overwhelming amounts of support, unless we get overwhelming resistance to this project. And this needs to happen not just here, but at every proposed mine around the world, at every proposed oil drilling site, at every proposed new suburb, at every proposed expansion of the mall, at every existing mall and oil facility and destructive industrial extraction zone around the planet. All the ones that already exist, not just the new ones. We need to shut down the ones that are already working. And yes, I understand how big of a task this is. Yes, I understand how big of a call to action this is. But this is the work that needs to be done. You know, and Will, my comrade down here, my friend, Will, he says it best. He says, you know, too often we ask, what can I do? Instead of asking what needs to be done. And the difference between those 2 questions is the biggest difference in the world. We need to start asking what needs to be done, and then we need to start doing it.